Saturday morning. Welcome to Success My Way Coaching. I can't talk this morning. With me, Dr. Lakisha, your life coach and destiny cheer captain. I am so excited to be on here today. Y'all, I have not gone live on a Saturday morning in a very long time. So I'm uber excited about this topic. I cannot wait to dive into it because one of the things that I love to do as a life coach is to teach people how to honor and better use their time. And so I am going to be coming back here on Saturdays, maybe not every Saturday, and maybe not for an hour, like for 30 minutes, just to stop by, say hello, so you can see I am still a real person, even though I'm doing videos. And then I'm always going to give you like tips and nuggets, but I'm also, when I do these lives, I want to make a promise to myself that I'm giving you free stuff. So I am so excited today. We are talking about batching your life and how to stop wasting time. You know, it is so important for us now that the pandemic is like 5 years behind us and we have so much going on. And that's why I hear everybody saying, I have so much going on. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. It's so important for us to reel in our time, to get our time back. And so I am going to be doing a series, just a couple videos this month on reeling in your time. And so this one, we're talking about not wasting your time. Your time is precious. It is like it's like a natural resource. It's like coal mining or like like oil. Like once the natural resource of time is gone, it's gone. Once you take all the diamonds out of the earth, there's no more left. Once you take all of the coal out of the ground, there's no more left. And time is a natural resource. It is a precious thing that you have to remember that it's precious and that you should value. So we're going to be talking about how to value that, how to value time. So I'm really, really excited today. If you're with me, say hello, say hi in the comments. You know, I love when you talk to me. I am drinking coffee this morning because it's early, y'all. And I got to get on here early because I can't bash my time if I get on here late. So that's why I'm on here early, drinking my coffee. I talk about the weather. It's beautiful today. Thank goodness, because yesterday it was stormy. We had tornado warnings. Like, yeah, it was crazy. So let's dive into the topic today, bashing video. So I always like to tell you to get a pen and paper out because I want to be giving you some nuggets. I'm also going to be talking about a free resource that I have for you. And I am going to be sharing with you how I batch my time. I always have people say, Lakisha, you do so much. How do you get it all done? And there are some secrets to making sure you get everything done that you want to get done. All right, so let's start with data, because as a life coach, I don't just like to start randomly talking about stuff. I want you to know that what I talk about is research-based. It works. One thing that my sister always says is like, if you listen to Keisha, you're going to do good. If you don't listen to Keisha, you're going to be short. So, hey, you got to listen to Dr. Lakisha, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to cheer you on because I'm your Destiny Cheer Captain. In fact, I have my pom-poms here today. So when you come on, I will give you a little pom-pom shake. So I am your Destiny Cheer Captain because I want this to work for you. I want you to be your best self. I want you to live your best life and be abundant. All right. So we're talking about batching your time and not wasting your time. So what does that mean? Research says that batching is one of the most powerful time management tools you can use. Y'all, you might think like maybe like setting a certain time to do something is powerful. No. Batching is extremely powerful when it comes to your time. So a lot of people think, oh yeah, I don't want to sit and batch and waste time, but I promise you there's a lot of research attached to batching and reducing stress, batching and reducing being overwhelmed, batching and reducing wasting time. Like, batching stops you from wasting time. Okay, that's why I titled this video Stop Wasting Time, because we're going to use batching to do that today. All right, so there is a theory, y'all, called and I have my notes here, that's what I'm looking at. There is a theory called the attention residue theory. The attention residue theory. And the attention residue theory basically says multitasking is pretty much hard, because if you start doing this and then you start doing this, your mind is still on this. So you never really fully cut this off and start this, because your mind has residue from the thing you were doing before. So what batching does, it reduces that. It reduces your mind having to take that time to shift in multitasking, and it actually keeps you in the same wavelength, and you have optimal brain power, and then you can move faster and more purposeful. Okay, so it reduces attention residue theory. This is another thing that batching does, y'all. It also promotes deep work and creativity. So when you batch, you get into your flow. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago was a book that came out called Flow. And flow is when you're in something, it's not too easy, it's not too hard, and you're flowing in it to the point where it's so good, it feels so good to you that you lose track of time. Okay, so batching allows you to do that. Batching allows you to flow within something, so you become so good at it that you actually feel good about it, and you lose track of time while you're in it. So that's why batching is just one of those amazing things. Harvard Business Review said people who time block their schedule are up to 80%. Y'all, that is huge. Like 10% increase is actually huge statistically, but 80% more productive when lowering lowering burnout, lowering burnout. Can I say that? So you're 80% more productive and you lower burnout. Y'all, fascinating. So like I said before, if you're burned out, if you're tired, if you're overwhelmed, y'all, don't think batching is going to contribute to that. Batching helps reduce it. I mean, that's amazing findings in all of this research. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. I have my pom-pom here to greet everybody. So thank you for joining me today. And I'm on my last statistic or research based statement about batching. And the last thing is, batching reduces decision fatigue. A lot of times this is a real thing too. I remember listening to a couple of rich people, like the man who owns Facebook, say he wears the same thing every day to reduce decision fatigue. And I was like, is that a thing? I guess it's a thing, and batching reduces it. Okay, so yeah. So what I would like to do is I would like to talk to you about what I do to batch, what I do to, just keep myself going, to make sure that I'm not dropping anything in my life. If you are into business, or if you're into family, or if you are into your job, or if you're into your kids, if there's something that you're passionate about and you just wish you had more time to do, or you just wish you were a better steward of your time with that, batching can help. So before I go any further, I want to tell you that I created a free document for you. This is the free document. You can find this in the description right now. It is a batching planner, and basically it's going to go over what batching is here. It's going to give you some tasks and categories. So I want to talk to you about what I do to batch with the tasks and categories. And then it's a 3-page document, and then it tells you how to do a batching schedule. So this is something I do too, so I could talk to you about that as well. And then it talks about how you can prioritize your tasks with batching. There's some notes about how to customize this particular batching planner for yourself. And then there's some next steps that you can use. And of course, it has my information for you to follow me here. So this is totally free. I'm only giving this out here on this video. It is in the description. It is a batching planner. So that is my gift to you, y'all. That's my gift to you. I have created that for you, and you can use that, print that out, use that as a guide to start batching on your own. All right, so let me start talking about what I do to batch. I'm gonna take a sip of this coffee before it gets cold, y'all. All right, so let me talk about what I do to batch. So, what I do is a couple things. I want to start with business because um, I have a full-time job and I have a couple of businesses and a nonprofit. So you're like, oh my gosh, Lakeisha, what are you doing? Uh, but through batching, I'm able to manage everything. I want to start with the nonprofit that I have because the nonprofit is really easy. It is a seasonal nonprofit. So my batching means that I only focus on that nonprofit during 3 months out of the entire year. So that entity within itself is batched because it's batched in a certain amount of time during the year. So I know it's coming. So it's not like I just forget about it all year and then when September hits, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to do my nonprofit. No, I'm actually thinking about it all year. Yes, I got to do my taxes and stuff like that, but I concentrate, focus, and batch advertisements, meeting with my board, recruiting volunteers, and then executing on giving the kids a very wonderful Christmas. I do all that within a certain time of the year instead of trying to do something. When I first started the nonprofit, I tried to do like activities all year long and it just did not work out. What started to work was me batching that. So you can do that for yourself. You can make your business seasonal, or you can make a nonprofit seasonal, or you can make, maybe your kids' activity seasonal. If school starts in September, then you're seasonally starting with calendaring for your kids and everything like that. So that's one way you can do it, is you can batch the year, honey. You can batch the year and do things for 3 months only, or do things quarterly. This quarter I'm gonna do this quarter I'm gonna do that, this quarter I'm gonna do this, and this quarter I'm gonna do that. I do that really well with quartering out my life. I have a where is my oh no, where is my book? I was going to show y'all. I have a book. I must have taken it in my room. Yeah, because I've worked on it in my room, y'all. I think it might be in my room. But I take a notebook and I batch out my life quarterly, and I stop and do this like once a month check in with my own batching of my year. So I batch my entire year, y'all. So if you're wondering how I get stuff done, is I don't think like I have a whole year. I think I had 3 months to do this, and then I had 3 months to do that, and then I had 3 months to do that, and I had 3 months to do that. If you want to learn more about how to batch your entire year, go ahead and get that book called The 12-Week Year. That book will 10x your productivity. I promise you, because it's saying that a year is not 12 months. A year is 3 months, and it 10x's how much you get done. So I'm starting big and then I'm gonna go small. So that's how I do that. As far as my content, now I'm a content creator and an influencer. I have 2 YouTube channels. I have 3 Instagram channels. I have 1 TikTok channel. I have 4 Facebook channels, and I have 1 Reddit, 1 X, 1 LinkedIn, and I got something else. What else do I have? Reddit, LinkedIn. Oh, Pinterest. Pinterest I have 2. So y'all, I have that's like over 10, I think. I think that's like over 10 pages and channels that I have to manage. Some of them I categorize them out. So like my Pinterest, I don't post too much on there. And I don't post too much on TikTok. My two main batched out places where I do a lot of things are in Instagram and YouTube. So Instagram and YouTube is where I batch a lot of what I do content wise, and I'm going to explain to you how I do that. And then Facebook, I use more like interacting and sharing of information. So that's how I batch those out. So I have a group of social media that's just for me to just use as a user. Okay. Then I have a group of social media that I use for my business. Okay. And then lastly, I have a group of social media that I really like to just give people information and be a little social on. So that's how I batch out all of the social medias that I manage. And then another part of batching content is really doing more than one thing at the same time. So a traditional way to batch your content is to um, pick a day. Pick a day once a month or once a week and churn out videos um, all at the same time. So that is a way you can batch. A simpler way to batch, and this is how my life is turning out, how I batch, is that if YouTube is my main platform. So if I do content on YouTube, all the content on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest, all that comes out of my YouTube. So that's why YouTube is very important, because I'm not thinking about, oh, I'm going to do this on this platform. 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 I use one platform and then I take that platform and create from there. And I start with the topic. So, for example, this batching is part of taking your life back. I have a topic called about taking your life back that I'm starting with this video batching. And then you're going to see similar videos about taking your life back on YouTube. You're going to see similar videos on Facebook, similar videos on Instagram, on my Success My Way coaching page. And then I'll do the same thing for my hobby page, which is Lakeisha Loves to Plan. So I am a planner and a decorator, and that's what I do on my hobby page. So I decorate Christmas trees, I decorate my kitchen, I paint, and then I do planning. I plan in my war binder, I plan in my seasonal planners and things like that on my hobby channel. So I have my business channel, Success My Way Coaching, and then I have my hobby channel, Lakeisha Loves to Plan. And then from those two YouTube platforms comes all my other content. So to me, I don't feel all over the place, right? Because that's a form of batching. I don't feel all over the place. I feel like I got a topic, I got a main platform, and then all the other platforms support. Michelle said, yes, content batching helps with keeping consistent with your content. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, if you're in a slump with posting your content, batching is the solution. Just do more than one. The trick with batching is to have a topic and do more than one thing with that topic, either across platforms or on the same platform. Okay. I'll give you another example. Like, I recently filmed on my hobby channel, my kitchen I decorated with tons of lemons. my kitchen has lemon bling like everywhere. So what I did was, as I was filming that, and that took me a while. It took me like maybe 30 to 45 minutes longer than I normally take to film something. But it took me longer because as I was filming for the long form content, I was also filming for the short form content on my phone. So I have a camera where I film the long form content, and then on my phone, I take this and film for the short form content. So even though you'll see a big long video about lemons, you're going to see a bunch of shorts about lemons. And guess what, y'all? I did it all at the same time. They're not new videos. They're not random videos. Those videos just sit in my phone waiting to be released at the appropriate time. So that is a way that you can batch content too, not just filming everything at the same time, but filming for long form and short form video all at the same time. So that is for content. So I talked about how I do business and the year. I talked about how I do content. Let's get into my schedule. So I batch my days. And I teach this to my clients. So if you're interested and becoming a Success My Way coaching client, make sure you follow me on successmywaycoaching.com and just click the button so you can fill out the form and talk to me, because I would love to talk to you. Because with my clients, I break this all the way down. I'm just talking now, but I break it down step by step by step on how to batch and use batching to improve your life. So check that out if you want a more intimate tutorial on how to do these things with me, Dr. Lakisha, your life coach and Destiny Cheer Captain. Okay. All right. So yes, Michelle said batching is similar to meal prep. Yes, meal prepping is batching too. Because if you meal prep for the week, it makes life so easy. All you have to do is pull out your meals and eat. Come on. That's how I feel. Like my life is plug and play. If I plan my life 3 months in a time, all I got to do is execute and do. If I plan all of my content at one time, all I got to do is edit and post. Y'all, it is such a liberator of your time and your mental energy. This saves time during the week as well. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, Michelle put my website there in case you are interested in one-on-one coaching. And I promise you, I'm affordable and I'm effective. I promise. All right, y'all. So another thing I want to talk about. Oh, I said my schedule. So I batch my days. This is another thing I teach my clients, where Monday is a day that I focus on this. Tuesday is a day I focus on this. Wednesday is a day I focus on this. So remember I said I have this free batching planner. This is in the description, y'all. In this free batching planner, I give an example of how you can do that. So in the batching planner right here on this page, you see it says Money Mondays. So maybe you don't have to say Money Mondays. You can say Motivational Mondays and make sure you do your affirmations on Mondays. I don't know, but you can make any day anything, but you're batching the day. The day has a focus, okay? The day has a focus. So Money Monday could be you making sure you do your finances, looking at your investments, researching how to own real estate. Everything you think about with money can be done on Mondays. Tuesday, for example, could be Tidy Tuesday. I even know YouTubers, some amazing YouTubers who have videos called and collabs called Tidy Tuesdays. They take Tuesdays and they, just organize little baskets like this, or they organize their little pen, it's Tidy Tuesday, and they do one little thing that they tidy up on Tuesday. With, cleaning is hard to batch. I'm just saying, because you just got to clean all the time. But what if you say every Tuesday, I'm going to tidy a small space in my house? Y'all, that's batching. So Tuesday becomes your Tidy Tuesday. Wednesday, you can have Wellness Wednesday. Wednesday, you can make sure you are eating. Maybe you want to eat meatless meals on Wednesday. Maybe on Wednesday, you want to meet with your therapist, because wellness is mental too. Maybe on Wellness Wednesday, you want to exercise for an hour instead of for 30 minutes like the other days, But Wednesday can be your focus on you. You can make your doctor's appointments. Y'all, you can even batch calling your doctors. You can say on Wellness Wednesday, I'm going to make my dental doctor. What's another doctor, y'all? What's another doctor we can make an appointment with? You got your dentist, you got your doctor, like your your eye doctor. Okay, so on Wednesday, I can call the dentist, I can call to make a checkup appointment, and I can call the eye doctor and make my appointment. So make all your appointments on Wellness Wednesday. Then you're not all over the place. You're not forgetting you have to do stuff. On Monday, I'm working on my finances. Tuesday, I'm tidying up. Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday. Thank you, Michelle. She got cardiologist, genealogist. Thank you. I could not think of any doctor. So that's very important, y'all. I love in the planner that y'all got for free in the description. Don't forget, go in the description. You got this planner for free. Think Tank Thursday. Think Tank Thursday is where you strategize for your life. I love Think Tank Thursday. I think I might take that one. So Think Tank Thursday is you getting ahead. Maybe you want to get ahead of the next week. Maybe you want to brainstorm new business ideas. Maybe you want to plan your batching. So that's Think Tank Thursday. Friday could be Freedom Friday. Now you're free. Now you can do whatever you want to do. It's a flex time. So if you want to go outside and hike, or if you want to go to the store, if you want to go get some ice cream, Friday could be Freedom Friday, because it's so important too. So we don't have everything planned. Sometimes you just need that freedom for your mind to just be. I noticed my pattern is Friday for me is Christmas movies. Y'all, I've watched Christmas movies on Fridays. It's like I'm rewarding myself for a good week. So that's how I do my Freedom Friday. I make sure I put a Christmas movie in there, and it makes me so happy, and it gets me happy for the weekend. Saturday could be Social Saturday. So making sure if you're in business that you're networking, you're calling people on Saturday. If it's family, you're making sure you're making those family phone calls, calling those family members that you really want to talk to, that you haven't talked to in a long time. Good morning, Viv. How are you? Thanks for joining. Welcome to Success Saturday. I am back. And then Soulful Sunday. Soulful Sunday, it is what it says, y'all. Getting your spirit right. That's where you go to church. That's where you watch your online sermons. That's where you take your notes. That's where you work in your prayer, your prayer board and your prayer binder and your prayer journal and your war binder. Make Sunday soulful. Okay. So, y'all, that's batching your week. And it's so fun. It's fun and it's fulfilling, because you don't feel like you're all over the place. You have specific days for a specific thing. So that's what I do, y'all. I actually batch my days. Every day has a theme. Okay. I have a business theme for each day, and then I have a family theme for each day. Okay. Because that's my 2 buckets of my life. And then don't forget, I keep showing this because I don't know if I have new people in here, but I put a free batching planner in the description. Make sure if you have a printer, grab it, print it out. Everything I'm telling you that I do is right here on this page for you to use to improve your life, reduce your stress, stop wasting your time, and get it together. I'm just saying. What else I do? Let's go to my like personal life, like errands, y'all. When you leave out the house, don't just leave out to go to one place. Think about other places you can go. Like, map it out in your head. So I gotta go to the grocery store, but while I'm at the grocery store, I can pick up a prescription, and then I can leave the grocery store and go to the Dollar Tree and get some beauty products that I need, because the Dollar Tree is right there next to the grocery store. Map it out in your head. And then I'm going to go grab me something to eat at the Piggly Wiggly. And then right before I go home, there is a what's another store that's I frequent all the time? There's a Home Goods. So right before I go home, I'm going to stop at Home Goods to see what I'm going to be doing for the fall, because I got to get ready for fall decorating videos. Okay, whatever. So as you can see in my mind, I have mapped out where I'm going to go. So I'm not just saying, oh, I'm just going to go get me something to eat, and then haphazardly like thinking about where I got to go. Before I leave the house, I'm batching in my mind all the errands I have to run. So that's another way to batch. So now that I've said all this, if you have ways that you batch, can you put it in the chat? Let's help out our people. Share with me, how do you batch? How do you batch? I know I'm getting a lot of ideas. Like, I'm giving away all my secrets about how I'm effective and efficient with my time. But how do you batch? What are some tips and tricks maybe that you did not hear me say that you do that you want to share with the rest of the audience? So put that in the chat if you'd like. I would love for you to do that. Meal prep. Batching is like meal prep. Meal prep, you do it all. So I'm going to say this. I don't meal prep like traditional meal prepping. I don't have all the little cute containers, even though I really love them. And I did buy them at one point. But I don't have those little cute containers. No, this is how I batch my meals, y'all, because I have a big family. There are 5 people that live in this house, and one that doesn't live in this house that occasionally comes over. Okay. So we have a lot of people in here. So it's hard for me to do those little squares. If it was just me, it would be easy for me to do those little squares, but I have a family and all of us don't like the same things. And and I'm the main cook. So to make it easier on myself, what I do is I go into the kitchen before I do anything and I see what I already have. Because usually I have the peanut butter without the jelly, or I have the cornflakes without the milk. Usually I got something in the kitchen and I ain't got the other thing. And then the second thing I do is then I go around and ask everybody, what do you want for the week? I love when they say, I don't know, because then they gonna get what I get. So they tell me what they want for the week, or they say, I don't know, mom, just pick whatever you want. So I got all that data in my head. I know what's in the kitchen. I know what everybody wants or what they don't, they just good with. And then I go to the grocery store. Y'all, I do this in the same day. I go to the grocery store. This is usually on Saturday. I usually do these today. On the Saturday. And it doesn't take long. You might think it takes long. It takes a couple seconds. Go in the kitchen, look, ask everybody. And sometimes I just do it on the text. I don't even talk to nobody. I head on out to the grocery stores, and I usually go to 2 grocery stores. That's my batching. I go to one grocery store that's really cheap, like a Aldi or a Lidl, something like that. And then I always go to a name brand grocery store that sells all the name brand stuff, like a Safeway, Giant, something like that. So I always go to 2 grocery stores at least, or Shoppers, right? Sometimes I go to 3 if I'm getting a lot of food. And while I'm in the store, I am purchasing things that are on sale. For example, if my family says they want steak and the steak ain't on sale in that grocery store, like I ain't getting no steak, y'all gonna get pork chops and I'm gonna cook it like steak. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is how we save points. Because food is expensive. After the pandemic, food is just really expensive. Yeah, I don't know what they did to food after. I don't know what the pandemic did to the farmlands, but food is expensive. Um, as a as the only person, and even for 2 people, the containers can work. Yes, exactly. If I was by myself or just me and my husband, the containers would be beautiful. But no, I got a hodgepodge of people in here, different ages, different taste buds. Oh my goodness. So, but you can batch meal prep even if you have a big family. This is what I do. Okay, so once I go to the grocery store, I find the meats and the veggies for the week. And I usually buy for like 5 days during the week because I don't cook every day. So I cook 5 days a week. So I get the 5 dinners, a little bit of stuff for breakfast, a little bit of stuff for lunch. In this house, people don't really eat lunch like that. So I get a little bit for me. I have to eat lunch. So once I get that, I come home. And this is how I batch, y'all. I come home and any vegetables or fruit that I need to chop up, it gets chopped. Okay. I don't cook everything on Sunday. I know I have friends that will cook the entire meals for the whole week. Yeah, I ain't got time for that. I'm a busy woman. So I would chop up the strawberries. I would chop up the watermelon, and seal it and put it in the refrigerator. And also it makes it easier for people in here to grab if it's already chopped up. Because I noticed like strawberries, for example, in my house, if they're whole, they're less likely to be eaten. If I chop them up, they'll be gone in 2 days. So I chop. I put things all the meat in the freezer, and then I put 1 or 2 meats in the refrigerator. So it's already thawed out. I put the meat for today and the meat for tomorrow in the refrigerator. So that is the extent of my meal prep. And then I'm good for the week, y'all. So when I say, y'all, meal prepping does not have to look like in the containers. It's just prepping for the week and knowing at the top of the week everything that you can potentially cook. And then I say, I don't really say, we must eat shrimp on Tuesday. I just buy the shrimp, and then when Tuesday comes, I said I have shrimp and pork chops. What y'all want? So I give them the option. Now, if I put the 2 meats in the refrigerator, though, we're going to be eating those because I have to cook them before they go bad. But for the rest of the week, it'll be options. So that's how I do it with a huge family. And also because I'm a businesswoman and I need my time to be thinking about my next steps, my next strategies. I need time to be, I'm a content creator, so I need time to film and things like that. So that is how I do that whole thing in terms of meal prep. That's really huge for me. But yeah, I know it sounds like a lot, but it goes so fast on a Sunday. And if you go to my hobby channel, Lakeisha Loves to Plant, and look up any of my vlogs, if you see a vlog, you can actually watch me do it. I do it on my hobby channel, Lakeisha Loves to Play. I do it in my vlog so you can see how it goes. And I make it a family event. Jaden's usually with me. Sometimes Jaden goes shopping with me and then he's helping me put the food away. And it becomes something that's not overwhelming, but a really special time for me and my family. For you, Dr. Lakeisha, you have to meal prep separately for your diabetic meals, correct? Yes, that's a great question. Yes, but I purchase my diabetic meals while I am out. So yes, I'm the only one sometimes that I'll eat something different. Like my family doesn't really like fish. I love fish. Fish is always in the refrigerator and I'm always eating it. So I just purchased the fish with the pork chops. So yeah, I get pork chops, I'll get my little fish here. Like I said, in this house, people don't really eat a lot of lunch, but I'm diabetic. I have to eat lunch at 12. So I make sure that I have something small in here. And that saves coins, y'all. That saves money, that I'm not just buying all these big bats of meat and nobody's eating it. You know what I mean? Like it saves money because then I get the little container, $5 container of fish instead of the big bag of fish that just nobody's going to eat. Or you can get the big bag of fish if you eat it frequently, if just for yourself, and just open it and take a little bit of fish out during the week as you go along. So that's huge. So yeah, another thing I batch is writing. I batch writing. And what I mean about that is also on Sundays, I do something called Command Center Sundays. And this will be my last example I share with y'all. I do Command Center Sundays where I am writing everything for the week. So I have a couple of places I write. I write in this passion planner for my weekly weekly and monthly planning. So like this is for the week. So on Sunday, I'm like, okay, what do I have to do all week? I write it in here. And then on a daily basis, I write in here. Now, I don't use this like a traditional daily planner. This is my work planner. I am constantly writing in here, taking notes, and it's my work planner. I'm just constantly writing here. So every day, this is what I use. So this is used once a week on Sunday. This is used daily. So, but if I want to prep both of them, I'm doing it on Command Center Sunday. Also, I have a vision and goals planner. So on Command Center Sunday, I take this out and I'm like, okay, how am I doing with my vision and my goals? And I have a notebook, y'all, but I can't believe I can't find my notebook. It must be in my room. My vision and goals notebook must be in my room. Because sometimes I go in there and while I'm watching a Christmas movie, I plan on Sundays. And I'm also planning for other things. Like I'm planning for a renewal of vows. So I have my wedding planner. So I take this out on Sunday and I'm writing all in here. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to make sure that I am planning for my small renewal of vow ceremony that I'm working on? And then I just took this out because I also plan seasonally. Remember, I said 3 months. So this is my summer planner that I have to update. I go back in the same planner. I've had this planner for a number of years, y'all, probably since the pandemic. And it already has stuff in it from previous years. So what I do is I just add to it. Oh, those are my kids when they were little. But I just add to this and I have seasonal like memory planners that I keep. So this is my summer one and I just put away my spring one and I'll just take the spring one out next spring. I'll take this summer one out next summer. But all of these things that I use to write, to plan, all my business stuff. I write down all of the content that I want to do for the week. I write down any emails I want to send out. all of that thinking and writing, I batch. So when the week comes, starting Monday, y'all, I ain't writing nothing. I'm executing. I'm not writing a thing. I am executing. Okay. So that's how I do it. And so when I say batching will change your life, it will change your life, y'all. I'm telling you, I can't state that any plainly than that. So recap. Remember, I have a free batching planner I made just for you, just for this video. Go ahead and get that out of the description. Make sure you like and subscribe to me, because I am going to be doing more videos on this topic of taking back your time. And so this one is about stop wasting your time. I might name the other one Take Back Your Time. I don't know, but I'm in this time thing. But I want you to remember, recap. Batching works. It's less multitasking and switching of your mind with that attention residue theory, and it's more about focus. It helps you get into your flow state where you are mentally like just on it, just like getting stuff done. Batching helps you spend less time just milling around and being stressed, and more time doing the things that you want to do. Batching protects your energy. It protects your energy, and it protects your brain power. And when you group things together, when you batch, that also helps you with reduce your mental clutter. And when you think of batching, think of meal prepping, and think of all those cute little containers people use, but just think of that as your life, how those containers are now your life. So instead of meal planning, your life planning. How are you batching your life together? Okay. So that's all I have for you today. I just want to close with saying, it's not about perfection. A lot of times when we get these new concepts, we think we're supposed to do it. Oh, I'm supposed to do it just like Lakeisha. No, do it your way. Start with one area of your life to batch. Start with one. Don't start with all this stuff. I just gave you examples, y'all, but you don't have to start there. Batch one thing. Batch all of your planning, and then that's it. Or batch all of your finances. Go through all your bills for the month. Everything you have to do your financial calendar. What's coming up? What's ahead for the next month or two? Do all that at one time. Batch your finances. Batch your errands. Think about what I said. Like, that's one thing you can start with, is when I go out, where else can I go to save time and money? Let me look around my house and see what I need. Do I need toilet paper? Okay. Do I need toilet paper? Do I need toothpaste? Look around your house and go get the groceries. Then go get the toilet paper. Then go get the toothpaste, and do it all at one time. Okay. That way you won't have to keep going back out, keep going back out, keep going back out. That's mentally exhausting. So, but pick one area of your life to batch. Don't just try to batch every day. And another closing remark I want to say is, don't do more, do smarter. That's what batching is about. Batching is not you doing more, it's you doing smarter. Okay. So like I said before, if you are interested in working with me, Dr. Lakisha, make sure you go to successmywaycoaching.com. All the information is in the description. Make sure you pick up your free batching planner that I have for you. And I look forward to hear your testimonials about how you had batched something and how it made you feel. And then we'll talk about the discipline to keep batching later. But just try to start. Just try. This is just introduction. Just try to start batching and see how it works. Reclaiming my time. Yes, man. We are reclaiming our time. That's right. We got to reclaim our time. All right, y'all. I love you so much. I hope you had the best Saturday. I hope you find time today to batch some type of way. And remember, life is a natural resource. Once your time is gone, you don't get it back. Okay. Once your life has lived, you don't get it back. So make sure you value your time. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Have a blessed Saturday, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends. Oh, let me do my Destiny cheer clap. I love these pom-poms, y'all. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.